Hi, I'm Caitlin Aiken's daughter, and I will teach you to cook like a Viking using ingredients that were available during the Viking Age. I would like you to see how life was during that time, so we'll visit other Viking reenactors demonstrating their unique skill and sharing it with us. Join us in the meat hall for a visit with more Vikings. Come with us on our journey through the Viking Age. Hi, welcome back to Cook Like a Viking. I'm Caitlin Aiken's daughter, and today I've got a wonderful guest with me. Remember one episode I talked about dried meat? Well, this gentleman, Knut Lafskegg, is going to show us how to do that. He's going to walk us through it now.
After you've gone hunting and you've procured your meat, you want to preserve it for the winter so it lasts longer.
Absolutely.
You could salt it or brine it, which is essentially pickling the meat.
Okay.
Or you can smoke it.
How do they brine it?
Usually with, you take seawater
Okay.
and boil it down a little bit, get a saltier concentration, and then you would soak the meat in it.
Okay. That's cool.
So you'd be marinating it in salt water basically, and that helps keep it longer.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah. So for smoking, the easiest way to do this would be to hang it up in the rafters of the longhouse, because then the smoke from the fire naturally collects up top and it would smoke your meat and dry it out for you. But if you're out in the field like you're hunting and you want to smoke some meat, the best way to do it is to build yourself a contraption like that.
Wow.
And that's just some branches you find out of the forest, maybe some cloth that you brought with you, and you build a small fire underneath, and we're going to smoke the meat on the fire.
Nice.
Okay, so the first thing we want to do is, it's hard to smoke a whole slab like this. So what I like to do is make like jerky out of it.
Okay.
And to start, you want to remove any large concentrations of fat, because that will not dry.
Okay.
And it will actually go rancid.
Okay.
So we've got rid of the big stuff. This marbling, it should be okay. What you want to do next is just this way, slice some strips off your meat. We could smoke them, dry them like this, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
It'll stay fresh for a long time. It tastes good. One thing that they did, somewhere along the line, they noticed that whey acts as a preservative. And whey is a byproduct of cheese making. Usually when they put the cheese in the bags and they squeeze it,
Yeah.
and what's in the bag is the cheese, the liquid that runs out is the whey.
Yes.
And they found out it has preservative properties.
Nice.
So what I've got here is a little bit of whey. It's just like a milky kind of clear liquid.
Yeah.
It smells a little bit sour almost.
So it really goes to show that they would have used everything.
For sure. So you could either dip it in the whey and then put it on the fire right away, or you could soak it in the whey, and that's similar to brining.
Okay.
You're almost marinating the meat in the whey. What I find though is it gives it a little bit of a sour taste.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to spice it up a little bit.
Ooh.
Firstly, to counteract the sour taste, we're just going to add a spoonful of honey.
Nice.
And that'll help sort of sweeten it up a bit, give it kind of a sweet and sour taste.
Nice.
And this is just personal taste.
Yeah.
You can add more or less. Every cook has their own recipe, right?
Yep.
What the heck? We'll put a little bit more in
Awesome.
there.
Vikings need to be sweet.
Vikings like their sweet. And then for spices, we're going to add some spices. We've got salt
Yep.
and pepper, some dill,
Yep.
some sage, some parsley, and juniper berries.
Ooh.
Juniper berries give it a nice flavor. Not everybody likes it, but I do.
Ah.
It's like a hunter's. They would find juniper berries all over the place, so it's a hunter's spice.
Yes. Okay. Where did you get your pepper?
I bought from a trader, and it's very dear, so you don't want to use
Yeah.
a lot at once.
Yes. I know about that.
Yeah, and the salt is just you can boil seawater until it evaporates. I'm just going to add all this right in to the whey.
Sweet.
A little mix.
Do you need thyme or do you use thyme?
You can put whatever spices you like in here.
Okay.
It's total personal taste.
Well, I have some thyme here on hand.
Sure, that would be great.
Ooh, thyme. I bet it takes time to make it. Oh!
Yes. One thing about drying meat is it takes time. Lots of time. It doesn't happen very fast.
It's not fast moving.
Not at all, no. But if you want your food to last, you have to do it.
Yep.
So
Awesome.
what we'll do is we'll just sit the meat in there. And when you pull it out, some of the spices will stick to it.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Maybe not the berries. So
Yeah.
what I recommend, if you can, is to let it marinate in that, sit in that overnight.
That's a good
Let
idea.
the flavors really work in.
We've done that before.
Yeah, you can just dip it and then start hanging.
Awesome.
So we'll just cut up the rest of these.
Okay.
Thin is good. You don't want them too thick. They'll dry faster if they're thin.
Okay.
And if your cut of meat is coming apart,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes what I like to do is throw it in a snowbank
Oh,
and let it freeze
a little bit.
a little
Yep.
bit, because slightly frozen, it's easier to slice thin. The name Lafskegg,
Yes.
when I was a young lad
Yep.
and I was just starting to grow a beard, it wasn't coming in very well on the sides.
Okay.
It was just on the chin, and it was long and dangly. So one of the other Viking teenagers, he gave me the name Lafskegg, which means danglebeard, and it stuck.
Oh man.
So rather than fight it, I just went with it.
You know what? We're gonna move that over there, and we're
Sure,
gonna
it
see if
seems
the
to
wasps
be
will go
attracting
there.
wasps.
Yeah. I guess they like it too.
Sure. Okay, we could maybe mix
Yeah,
it up a little
Absolutely. I've got clean hands.
bit. Coat the meat.
Yep.
If I was going to soak it, I'd probably want more whey.
Okay.
Enough to cover the meat.
Yep.
Because if the meat is exposed, then it will, of course, start to go bad.
Yep. Awesome.
So maybe what I'll do is I'll just trade places with
Sure. Absolutely.
you. So now what we're gonna do, I've got these fancy wood skewers.
I bet you took a long time to make those.
I bought them from a carpenter.
I don't love our carpenters.
I wish I made them myself, but I did not have the time.
And you're busy drying meat.
I am. I was busy hunting, and I need to get this cured. So
Yep. Ooh. That looks good.
you want some space in between. You want
Yeah.
the heat and the smoke to go around them. Get one more. Maybe I'll just do the 5.
Okay.
I'm going to bring these over to the fire.
Okay, very.
They're pretty strong. They don't fall off. Okay, and just the way the rack is built, I've got 2 sticks that act as supports.
Yeah.
And the skewer just hangs there, so the meat is just free hanging, not touching anything.
Nice.
And you can see already the smoke is coming up around it.
Yeah.
Now,
And normally that would take how long?
well, for it to get really dry, it depends on the heat of the fire, the outside temperature, the wind. You basically have to watch it
Okay.
and keep checking it until it's done. For your fire, you want to maintain the temperature. You don't want it hot enough to cook the meat,
Yeah.
but it's got to be warm enough to drive the moisture out. So it's not the kind of thing that you can start it and walk away. You need to be here. If
Yeah.
fire is getting too low,
I
you
can tell.
come and throw some more coal in
Cool.
to
Yep.
more charcoal to warm it up. And if your fire is too hot, you come and get, these are wet wood chips,
Oh.
and this is hickory.
Okay.
The smoke from hickory gives it a nice flavor as well. You can just use regular green wood,
Okay.
but this, especially if you've got too many coals and you're not getting enough smoke, you would add more of these,
Awesome.
because these won't burn, they'll
Yep.
smoke first.
That
So,
would make sense.
This is both for flavor and to add smoke. And if the fire's too hot, it'll dampen it down a little. You can hear it hiss.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the smoke. So what we'll do is we'll get a couple more skewers in there. Got our rack loaded up.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate the roof of the longhouse.
Okay.
And I'm going to trap some more of that smoke in there. Basically, you just want to make like a chimney. You can see the smoke coming out the top, but it's all trapped in and around the meat. This will probably take about 4 hours.
Okay.
And you'll be monitoring, you'll be putting the coal on to heat it up, the wood chips to cool it down, and just to add more flavor.
Okay.
So, we don't have time to wait. I've got some already prepared.
Awesome.
Now this batch just dried.
Ooh. Can I taste?
You can.
Awesome. It definitely tastes like beef.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's dry, but it's not crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But it's not very flavorful.
No.
It is just beef. This one is just dipped in whey.
Okay.
And you should notice it tastes a little bit more sour.
Yeah.
But it's not too bad. This will last longer than this.
That's the way to do it.
Right.
Okay.
Now, this one I prepared with all the spices.
Ooh.
And tell me what the first thing you notice is. The honey.
Yep.
It makes a big difference.
And it also makes it chewier.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh. Spices. You get a hint of salt and pepper and parsley and a little dill.
Yeah.
And honey.
And the honey itself is a preservative.
Mm-hmm.
Honey never goes bad, so the honey helps. So it's dual purpose. It helps preserve it, and it makes it taste a little more palatable. Yes, if you're traveling a long distance and you're hunting to feed yourself, then you would want to take your meat, you would want to dry it, and carry it with you. You may not have the spices, but you would at least have some meat to keep you going. sustenance.
Well, thank you so much,
You're very welcome.
I really appreciate you showing me this. Thank you. Bye-bye. If you would like more information on the recipes and tools we use, check out our website at cooklikeaviking.com. Thanks for joining us today and see you next time on Cook Like a Viking.